Okay, so I'm going to fight Merkel at level 9, almost level 10. I have my Tav, who is a half warlock, half rogue. I have Shadowheart, who is all cleric. I have Minthara, who is all paladin, and I have Gale, who is all sorcerer. We've got an elemental with us, which is really useful, and we've also got Shadowheart casting magic weapon, which is, it's iffy. You know, it does really good when there's an enemy right next to it, but the moment anything moves out of the way, it's completely ineffectual for the rest of the battle. It takes like multiple turns just to close the distance between enemies because it has such a short movement speed. By the time I get the magic weapon even next to Merkel, it gets one-shotted and it's gone. So you know that sucks. And Merkel has this ability where he can summon skeletons and undead every turn, and they can spawn all over the place. And this is a really big map to fight in. When the skeletons get really close to Merkel, Merkel can absorb them to heal himself for anywhere from like 10 to I think 30 HP. Now, I've only ever fought Merkel once in my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, which was on Tactician mode. This was before Honor mode even existed. I'm playing on Honor mode now, and my last Honor mode playthrough I wiped before I even got here. The tension's pretty high. I'm like at 82 hours. Things are really scary. We managed to get this Mind Flare out of the battle right away with Gale using a really good Thunderclap, and I managed to free the Night Song, but she's completely ineffectual for this entire battle. She gets like 2 or 3 shot. She can't heal because of Bone Chilled, and we need to keep repeatedly getting her away, wasting turns to get her away from Merkel in order to heal her so that she can do no damage again because she just gets one shot again. I think the way that the initiative worked out in this particular battle was just really unfavorable for her because I don't remember her being this bad during my Tactician playthrough. Anyway, we're doing things, we're getting it down. Like Merkel heals a few times, there's a few turns where things are a little iffy, but we start to get into a rhythm. We got Shadowheart with telekinesis, we've got Gale doing a bit of damage here and there, and we've got my Tav and Minthara dealing with the skeletons, but we realize that we can't get close. The Elemental's the one doing the main damage from afar. It's just far enough away that it can hit Merkel and not really get too affected by Merkel's frightening ability. But here's the thing. He also has this other ability where if you're too far away, he will just absorb everyone, suck them into the void, and get them nice and close. The issue with this ability is that it also does damage to everyone in the party. And I don't think it matters how far you are away. I mean, I didn't go all the way to the back of the map, but it seemed like it would hit you from anywhere, which is kind of bullshit, you know, a little bit, a tiny bit. We get to a point where it's not looking good. The Night Song is downed, everyone's downed. We've got him to double digits, and we just need one final push to get there. It's just a matter of positioning and trying to get lucky with our hits. Eventually, I realize I've got smoke powder arrows, I've got some smoke powder bombs I can use, and I use those to really get his health as low as possible. Gale gets downed. We can't resurrect him. There's nothing we can do. It was a mixer of Bone Chilled, and he's just too far away, and we were out of spell slots. It was a lot of shit going on. After that, it's just a domino effect. It's just Shadowheart left. Shadowheart has like 13 health. Merkel has 15 health. It's really down to the wire here. The skeletons are in the back. They're threatening everything. Merkel does his Call of the Damned, pulls Shadowheart right next to him, and so I know it's over. In my mind, I'm like, it's over. He's going to do that scythe attack. It's going to knock into Shadowheart. There's nothing she can do. There's a chance she dodges it, but she's not going to dodge it. Like, we know that for a fact. I need to do one last Hail Mary. Here's the deal. I have a whole bunch of like grenade type things. I have void bombs, or void bulbs. I have caustic bulbs. I have a bunch of acid jars and stuff. And so I start setting them down one by one, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if these have splash damage. I feel like they should. All I needed to do was I think even if Shadowheart got downed, I think that still would have counted as a win if we just defeated Merkel. I'm actually not sure about that, but it felt like in my heart, that's what would have happened. I realize I still have a smoke powder arrow that I can use, and smoke powder arrow would almost definitely do enough damage. First of all, it would always hit, regardless. It would always hit with the AoE damage. But it would do just enough damage to possibly defeat Merkel, right? Here's the problem. I never gave Shadowheart a crossbow or a bow and arrow at all. Right, so we're here in front of Merkel. We've got Shadowheart with no crossbow and no arrow. And I'm like, okay, if I throw the smoke powder bomb, will it still explode? And here's the problem with honor mode, right? You can't really experiment, because if you experiment wrongly, suddenly, you know, one bad move, one bad turn, and you've just wasted 80 hours of your life. I like honor mode as a concept because it's saying, hey, we know you saved scum. We saw you do it, you dirty little fuck. Now you can't save scum. I mean, you still can. You can force crash the game, like just exit the process and just reload your save. But don't tell Larian I said that. And there were times when the game actually did crash on me. Actually, in my last 81-hour honor mode playthrough, I got soft locked because for some reason, the elevators kept losing collision. All of my characters fall through the elevator, and my main character, my Tav, falls in such a way where she lands out of bounds, but then also survived her saving throws, and so she's stuck out of bounds, and I'm like, what the fuck do? I can't resurrect you. I can't resurrect you. You're out of bounds. I couldn't even kill her because I had Gale with magic missile, and it kept saying couldn't find path. She was just too far out of bounds for us to do anything. I had to open Cheat Engine to save her, and then I ended up wiping a little bit later anyway. But by then, I lost all hope and motivation because Halsin died, and I couldn't save Isabel, and I was just like, oh, fuck everything then. Fuck this whole playthrough. In this one, you know, I used the fire ability, the fire spell. I can't even remember what it's called right now. I pointed one to Merkel, just to hit him, just to do some damage. It was probably going to miss. It was a 9% chance to hit. And then I pointed the other ones at the explosives. I didn't even see what happened. It was just like, it all happened so fast. It was just a massive explosion. I looked back at the footage afterward. Merkel takes like, what? He takes like 10 damage or something, like just not enough to kill him. Which is the real, it's the real, you know, that's the real stinger there. Because I didn't even kill him. It's like, oh, you can either delete your save and have wasted your entire life, or you can continue in dishonor like a fucking loser. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Am I going to try it again? Of course I'm going to try it again. Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the best games I have ever fucking played. One of the best games I've ever fucking played. If not the actual best game I've ever fucking played. Dragon Age Origins is the RPG that got me into that kind of RPG, and Baldur's Gate 3 completely blows it out of the water, like 100%. So, of course I'm going to try it again. I need to be honor mode, otherwise I don't deserve to exist.